On this episode of Inside the Orange Bowl, two top ACC teams faced off in a Sunshine State showdown. We were there for all the action.
We're past the midway point of the college football season. We'll take a look at how new ACC head coaches fared through the first half of the year.
We'll take you on an exclusive tour of the newly modernized Hard Rock Stadium and show you the new way the Orange Bowl is touring the nation.
And finally, meet the two OPC members who are responsible for hosting the teams competing in this year's Capital One Orange Bowl.
The only way you can give it to a lineman is you got to fumble it. He cannot take it and hand it.
The national championship for Nebraska.
Home run ball. Jackson has it. The All-American tight end is going in, and Oklahoma takes the lead. Here's Homer Jordan lofting the six-pointer. He's got it.
Lofted into the end zone. Touchdown, Nelson. Millhouse on the flip and into the record books, West Virginia.
Hello and welcome back to another edition of Inside the Orange Bowl. I'm Haley Zagacki.
And I'm Mike Biana. We're inside the newly modernized Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Dolphins, Miami Hurricanes, and the Capital One Orange Bowl. During this offseason, many upgrades have made their way to Hard Rock Stadium, making the facility one of the best in sports.
We know fans are excited to experience the Capital One Orange Bowl with some newly added perks, so we're giving you a behind-the-scenes look. Hard Rock Stadium is South Florida's home of the Capital One Orange Bowl, Miami Dolphins, University of Miami Hurricanes, international soccer, concerts, and other world-class events. A true global entertainment destination, this multi-purpose open-air complex is in the midst of a multi-year $500 million renovation to enhance the fan experience. The modernization is being privately funded by Dolphins owner Stephen Ross. Phase 1 of the project that was completed for the 2015 season changed every seat in the stadium and moved the sideline seats 25 feet closer to the field, introduced 5 new premium spaces, and allowed fans to enjoy improved food, rebuilt and enhanced concourses, and several new restroom facilities.
This year, a state-of-the-art canopy was installed that will keep as many as 92% of spectators in shade and protected from rain, along with 4 giant high-definition video boards. The shade canopy is approximately 626,000 square feet and is comprised of 17,000 tons of steel. The canopy is supported by 4 spires rising an additional 200 feet above the roof surface. In addition to hosting the annual Capital One Orange Bowl, which includes the 2018, 2021, and 2024 college football playoff semifinals, the modernized stadium will also host Super Bowl 54 and the culmination of the 100th anniversary season of the NFL.
This October, Hard Rock Stadium welcomed one of college football's fiercest rivalries as the Miami Hurricanes hosted the Florida State Seminoles. A showdown that dates back to 1951, the history of this rivalry is among the most storied in the nation. When these two tangle, state bragging rights and championship aspirations are usually on the line. The programs have combined for 8 national championships, 27 conference titles, and 5 Heisman Trophy winners.
In recent years, Florida State has dominated the series, winning 6 consecutive games prior to this season. But in Coral Gables, there's another storm brewing, as new head coach Mark Richt has championship dreams for the Canes. This year's game marked the 24th time both teams were ranked going into the matchup. We were there, and we're bringing you all the highlights.
Hi everyone, we're here at Hard Rock Stadium for Inside the Orange Bowl as the Miami Hurricanes get ready to take on the Florida State Seminoles in a Sunshine State showdown. Both teams came into the game with something to prove. For Florida State, this game was a chance to bounce back after a tough loss the week before. For Miami, it was a shot at finally beating FSU at home for the first time since 2004. The Hurricanes struck first with a 37-yard field goal from Mike Badgley before the end of the first quarter. Florida State quarterback DeAndre Francois took a big hit that sent him to the sidelines for the start of the second quarter. An interception of backup QB Sean McGuire by Miami's Jaquan Johnson spurred the Hurricanes to a touchdown to extend the lead to 10-0. Badgley tacked on another field goal with a minute 16 left, and it looked like Miami would shut out the Seminoles going into halftime. But the Seminoles managed to drive down the field and put a field goal through the uprights to end the half, with Miami up 13-3. Miami QB Brad Kaya's pass was intercepted in the end zone, And from that play on, FSU never looked back. The Seminoles put up 20 unanswered points, highlighted by Francois' pass to wide receiver Kermit Whitfield for 20 yards to give the Noles the lead for the first time all game. Miami looked like it would force an overtime late in the game as Kaya's 11-yard throw to Stacey Coley with 1:38 left brought the Canes within 1. But DeMarcus Walker blocked Badgley's extra point attempt to keep the score at 20-19 and cemented this game in the lore of Florida State-Miami matchups. Even though Miami didn't come away with the win, head coach Mark Richt said he was proud of his team's effort.
Miami, Syracuse, Virginia, and Virginia Tech all made new hires this offseason, bringing a wave of excitement across the league. Let's take a look and learn a bit more about the new head honchos in the ACC, presented by Metro PCS. The University of Miami hired one of its own, Miami alumnus Mark Richt. Richt returned to his alma mater after spending the past 15 seasons at the University of Georgia. He notched a 145-51 overall record and an 85-40 SEC conference record, tying him as the 9th winningest head coach in SEC history. Richt brings a championship mentality to the U after winning 2 SEC championships, 6 SEC East titles, and 9 bowl games. Next in line is new Syracuse head coach Dino Babers. Babers comes from Bowling Green. As head coach, he led the Falcons to consecutive MAC championship games and a 2014 bowl game victory. Babers brings a 37-16 overall record to the Orange football program. Prior to joining BGSU, Babers was at the helm of the Eastern Illinois Panthers. He led the Panthers to 2 OVC championships and FCS playoff appearances. He also earned back-to-back OVC Coach of the Year honors.
New Virginia head coach Bronco Mendenhall joined the Cavaliers after an 11-year stint as head coach at Brigham Young University. He accumulated a 99-43 overall record, which ranks 12th in total wins among all FBS teams during that time. Mendenhall led BYU to the postseason all 11 seasons, making the program one of only 11 teams to advance to a bowl game each season. During his tenure at BYU, Mendenhall had more than 60 players sign with NFL teams. As a former college football player himself, he brings a sense of leadership focused on developing his athletes on and off the field. Rounding out the group, Justin Fuente joined Virginia Tech as head coach after bringing Memphis to the forefront of the AAC. In his final 2 seasons with the Tigers, Fuente posted a 19-6 record, including a Miami Beach Bowl win in 2014. Fuente brings a well-rounded portfolio to the Hokies with a variety of coaching experience on the offensive side of the ball at TCU and Illinois State. He is looking to apply his knowledge and experience to make Virginia Tech a top competitor in the ACC.
All 4 of these coaches are making strides to improve their programs and leave a mark on the college football landscape.
Don't go anywhere because Inside the Orange Bowl is just getting started. Coming up, we'll check out some midseason highlights from the Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance presented by Metro PCS.
And then, the Orange Bowl is launching a new program to help high school football players get to college. All this and more after the break.
Work for it, work for it. Come on now. You ready to quit? Tired? Good. You think this is hard? This is the warm-up. Playtime's up. Let's do it again.
Can I enter the kingdom of the 2 fairies?
You have to see the password.
Is it giggling goldfish?
No!
Smelly jelly?
Try again.
The password is Dad's coming in!
You work hard to protect what matters. That's why we're proactively advancing our security to develop strong authentication technologies that go beyond the password to protect your accounts.
Wait, what's the password?
Stinky feet.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Joe figured out that with Metro PCS, he pays only $30 period for unlimited data, talk, and text. Just like he figured out puppies are the best wingman.
You're so cute.
Thanks for walking, Ranger.
You too figure it out. Move to Metro PCS on the T-Mobile network for only $30 period. Taxes and fees included. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out.
If you have experienced damage to your home or property as a result of a storm, water, or fire, the law firm of Panter, Panter & San Pedro can assist you in your claim. Call us before you call your insurance company. Panter, Panter & San Pedro can fight for your benefits to rebuild your home, repair or replace your damaged or lost property, and provide you with living expenses during your repairs. Let Panter, Panter & San Pedro fight for you to obtain the benefits that you are entitled to receive from your insurance company. Panter, Panter & San Pedro is a law firm dedicated to protecting Florida's families.
Welcome back to Inside the Orange Bowl, presented by Metro PCS. The Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance, presented by Metro PCS, has been ramping up the action since the beginning of the season. The OBYFA benefits more than 15,000 youth football players and cheerleaders from Lake Okeechobee all the way down to Key West. The teams come from 8 football leagues across 8 South Florida counties.
The Orange Bowl Committee has been making its way to parks across South Florida to recognize select youth football programs as the Park of the Week competition in the OBYFA has turned up full throttle, and we have the highlights. Deerfield Packer Rattlers 12 and unders playing host to the Miami Gardens Ravens out of the FYFL. After stopping the Rattlers on defense, the Ravens took over on offense, where they throw a quick wide receiver screen and the receiver takes it straight down the sidelines for 50 yards and the touchdown. Into the second quarter, the Rattlers would run a reverse that picks up 11 yards and a first down, but the drive would stall out. The Ravens would take over and once again show their quick score capabilities as they throw it deep, 35 yards for another Miami Gardens touchdown. The Rattlers would finally get on the scoreboard in the third quarter, once again using misdirection to break off another big run, this time going 37 yards to the house. But this game was all about the Ravens offense. Throwing another screen pass, they used some great blocking and superior speed to take it down to the Ravens 7, but they would fail to capitalize. Now into the fourth quarter, Ravens have it at their own 37-yard line, but they find a wide open receiver and no one was going to be able to stop him. He goes 63 yards, giving the Ravens a 21-6 lead. And one more time, the Ravens throw it deep over the Rattlers DBs for an 83-yard touchdown. The Ravens would beat the Rattlers by a final score of 28-6. Now, it's the Miami Extreme League where the Hollywood PAL Eagles were facing the West Miramar Patriots. And the Patriots were not very kind hosts as they get the first score of the game on this 17-yard run. The Eagles would try to respond on offense as they get a nice 15-yard run to the outside here, but the drive would stall out. Later in the game, the Patriots continued with their ground assault as the running back runs it right up the gut. It looks like the Eagles have him wrapped up, but no, he breaks free for the 54-yard touchdown. Once again, the Patriots run to the outside and pick up a 37-yard touchdown. The West Miramar Patriots would cap off a 24-0 victory over the Hollywood PAL Eagles with this final 5-yard score.
The OBYFA is known for its hard-hitting action and big-time plays. But this October, something stood out above the competition.
From football players to cheerleaders and coaches, the OBYFA was thinking pink. Let's take a look. Each year, October marks Breast Cancer Awareness Month. OBYFA Parks were proud to do their part in raising awareness of the disease that has impacted so many. From Lake Okeechobee to Key West, teams banded together to pink out each game. With pink socks, mouth guards, and armbands, the OBYFA made a fashion statement for a good cause. According to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. This year alone, it is estimated more than 220,000 women and 2,000 men will battle breast cancer in the United States.
For more than 30 years, Breast Cancer Awareness Month has raised funds for cancer research and informed people on the importance of yearly cancer screenings. Over time, the color pink has become an instantly recognizable symbol of the movement. As the Orange Bowl Park of the Week program visited parks throughout October, pink was all over the field. Some things in life are bigger than football, and the OBYFA's dedication to raising awareness of breast cancer was special to see. Thanks for pinking out South Florida, OBYFA.
From the OBYFA to high school Friday night lights, the Orange Bowl isn't only impacting the lives of Florida's youth sports players. A new initiative this year aims at helping high school student athletes pursue their dreams of playing collegiate football.
The Orange Bowl Florida High School Showcase will provide an opportunity for young student athletes to use their academic and athletic skills to attend college and ultimately earn a degree. The free one-day event will bring together Florida's senior football players in Division II, III, and NAIA programs from across the country. Student athletes will go through a series of drills to display their talents in their pursuit of a college football career. Coaches and representatives of the attending universities will both observe and have the opportunity to talk with athletes of their choice.
The program is designed with a focus on academics as well as athletics. To participate, student athletes must meet certain academic qualifications to be eligible. This includes having a GPA of 2.3 or higher in 16 core courses and an SAT score of either 820 or 900 or better, depending on the format, or an ACT sum score of 68 or higher. Similar programs in LA and Houston have resulted in millions of dollars of scholarship money given to hundreds of high school seniors. The Orange Bowl Florida High School Showcase meets the mission and vision of the Orange Bowl to inspire youth and engage the community, with the ultimate goal of providing student athletes a chance to further their education through football. The showcase will be held in February at Nova Southeastern University, with information sessions starting this month. For more information, go to community.orangebowl.org.
Coming up, we'll take a look at the Orange Bowl's next legacy gift and a new way the Orange Bowl could be coming to a game near you.
Joe figured out that with Metro PCS, he pays only $30 period for unlimited data, talk, and text. Just like he figured out puppies are the best wingman.
You're so cute.
Thanks for walking, Ranger.
You too figure it out. Move to Metro PCS on the T-Mobile network for only $30 period, taxes and fees included. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy. Metro PCS, wireless figured out.
Today, 今天晚上我要跟表哥比赛打篮球。上次才打赢了我，但是我有信心今天可以打赢他。
Internet Essentials from Comcast helps children learn by bringing the internet home for $9.95 a month. You may qualify if your child is eligible for the National School Lunch Program.
I got involved with the prepaid plan back when my children were still in school. There was a lot of discussion that went beforehand. Can we do it? Do we want to do it? Is this going to work out? When my next grandchild, who is only 8, it's going to be about 10 more years before he's ready to use his prepaid plan. But it will be there. It will be there for him to go to college. It's never too soon to start to consider your children or your grandchildren's education.
Welcome back to Inside the Orange Bowl, presented by Metro PCS. In 2008, the Orange Bowl celebrated its 75th anniversary with a big surprise for South Florida, the very first legacy gift in a completely renovated Moore Park. Through the success of the annual football game, the Orange Bowl launched the Legacy Gift Initiative to benefit parks across South Florida.
Now, 8 years and 3 parks later, the Orange Bowl is ready to begin construction on its 4th legacy gift. this time at Homestead's beloved Harris Field. Home to multiple South Florida high schools and youth teams, Harris Field has long been a staple of the South Dade community. With time and heavy use, Harris Field has begun to show its age. But now, it's time for a facelift. Recently, the City of Homestead and the Orange Bowl Committee reached an agreement to collectively contribute more than $2 million toward the renovation of Harris Field. They are joined by Center State Bank in support of this project.
The renovation will include a new multi-purpose synthetic turf field, lighting, video scoreboard and sound system, goalposts, and nets. Amenities will get a boost too, with renovated restrooms, concession stands, locker rooms, press box, and landscaping. On October 14th, the Orange Bowl was on hand for the South Dade Killian High School football game to make the announcement public.
From community events to college football games, the Orange Bowl's new RV is gearing up to tour the country.
College football fans can take advantage of the interactive features in the RV when it travels to events in South Florida and select games in the Southeast. Let's take a look. The Orange Bowl RV has something for everyone. It features 9 TVs on the outside to watch games, a photo booth, stage, and memorabilia case to showcase the Orange Bowl trophy. There are plenty of games for fans to play too, including cornhole, Orange Bowl trivia, and even a field goal net on the back to kick an extra point.
Fans can test their broadcasting skills in the Orange Bowl You Make the Play broadcast booth. Follow along with some of the most iconic plays in Orange Bowl history and call the play-by-play just like the experts.
Well, welcome to the Orange Bowl. We have a heck of a game coming up here today. What do you think, Heather Pearson?
I think it's going to be quite interesting. I agree with you. Get out there.
Good, how are you? Good. So we have 100,000 fans, can't be wrong. The Orange Bowl is the best place to watch a college game.
And you're right about that, Brian. Storied tradition.
I've seen the new RV at events, and it was pretty cool.
Lucky you. I haven't had a chance yet, but I can't wait to take a look for myself. Now, when we come back, we'll sit down with Orange Bowl team host subcommittee chairs Yvonne Johnson and Robert Hudson. They'll discuss their favorite memories as part of the Orange Bowl committee and their role in hosting the 2 teams that will participate in this year's Capital One Orange Bowl. Inside the Orange Bowl, presented by Metro PCS, is brought to you by American Airlines, Clutch Insurance, Comcast, Dave & Buster's, Florida Prepaid College Board, Miami Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, Nike, Powerade, Panther and San Pedro, PA, the Miami Herald, Wells Fargo, and Metro PCS.
We've always believed, if you're going to do something, make it life-changing. Make it better than it was. Make it shape the future. If you're going to do something, make it orange. Orange Bowl, proud to support, encourage, and improve South Florida.
Welcome back to Inside the Orange Bowl, presented by Metro PCS. Yvonne Johnson and Robert Hudson are this year's Team Host Committee chairs. We sat down with both to discuss their roles, as each will be responsible for hosting one of the 2 teams selected to play in this year's Orange Bowl.
Let's listen to their thoughts on the Orange Bowl Committee and its renowned hospitality experience.
Well, this year we're doing a couple new events. We're having a tailgate night, which is basically barbecue catered, and we're trying to recreate a tailgate experience in the hospitality room. That's going to be a really special event. It was very well received last year by Clemson, so we're looking forward to that. We also have casino night and the usual desserts, and of course the legendary Orange Bowl hospitality with the as many orange jackets as we can, serving as much as we can to the team officials. So we're looking forward to having a really good time.
The biggest thing is for us to understand how they enjoy themselves and what they want to experience. So, every year we have a different team, and we try to gear our hosting to that team. For instance, one year we had Clemson, and their big sports bar is called the Esso. So we went to Clemson, we got some paraphernalia from the Esso bar, and we dressed up the bar in our hospitality suite like it was the Esso. So those are the kinds of things we like to do to make our teams feel at home.
The team not only remembers their experience in the bowl game, but they also remember their experience in hospitality and remember the committee members that they met and interacted with. So when they go back and people ask them, how was the Orange Bowl experience, they report to their friends, their family, the conference and everything, how great of a time they had and how much hospitality they enjoyed with the committee.
Now, what our goal is in hospitality is for both teams to have the best experience possible. So we share a lot of things, and one of the things that we've borrowed from Team B, which I told you I call the best team, so it's a little bit of a rivalry. But one of the things that I shared or borrowed from the A team was their casino night. So I went up and visited them when they were doing their hosting, and it was a lot of fun. Everybody had a great time, and now we do that in Team B as well. So the main goal is for both teams to have the best experience.
And that's all the time we have for this episode of Inside the Orange Bowl. Join us all season long as we take you on the road to the 2016 Capital One Orange Bowl. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Haley Zagacki.
And I'm Mike Biana. Until next time, make it
orange.